What's up, baby dolls? So, you probably see my post by now. I think LibertySwap Finance is doing a PsyOp within a PsyOp. So, they have done a staunch change, and now I think they're pretending to be a boss. Pretend. The promoters of PDI lied endlessly, pretending to be your friends only to backstab you. They spread nothing but opium and deception. True friends don't treat each other that way. When I read it, they could be making it up as it goes, friends. There's a script somewhere, you know? I'm sure Richard's got something in his head. Maybe he's not involved. There's a script somewhere, friends. So, yeah. Look, there's definitely a script somewhere. It doesn't have to be on a whiteboard or a piece of paper. I'm telling you, this is playing out. I know it feels like there's just a lot of chaos and stuff, but remember, friends, I don't have a script. I don't know. It just, we're going nuts here. Do you understand? But yeah, when I have a precious coin, you understand, everyone's a target. Everyone's a target. Is that really a turtle? Could be a bomb. Is that really a lollipop? Could be a spoonie. You get it? No one's getting my coins from me because I'm the dev and I can't mint anymore, right? It's not, it doesn't allow me to mint any more coins in the PDI code. So I feel like LibertySwap is now assuming to be a boss against PDI. This is what, look, it's PsyOp within a PsyOp. It's because I think someone's going to come later to actually be your friend and then they're going to betray us. I know, I must be making, man, if this is all part of the plan, I must be pissing them off so hard. They're like, damn it! It's kind of funny. Hey, don't kill anyone. No one's actually leaking anything to me, you know? Just letting you know, friends. You know, if you look at, like, it's funny, Saddam Hussein's dictatorship, what I learned is kind of funny when you think about it. He would actually do fake leaks from people. He would torture someone and get him to tell people that he was leaking stuff when he wasn't, just so he could name people that he wants to kill. So I'm like saying, hey, there's no one's leaking anything to me. We got, friends, it's literally, you ever see that there's a scene in The Office? They're playing the, like who murdered who, and everyone's just got the guns at each other. Everyone's a threat. Everyone's a threat. Everything's a threat. There's an ant crawling across the roof. Threat 2. So I'm interpreting this as total psyops. Man, it'd be funny. Are they playing me? Or maybe we'll just throw on. They're probably like, man, this is funny. So someone's going to let us down later on. You know? And look, I'll just tell you now. Something I've learned, it doesn't matter if you know the person or not. It doesn't even matter if you know what's going to happen. What we learned, especially from markets and cycles, is they are definitely not able to prevent people from cheating lows. They will sell a lot of the supply. A lot. It doesn't matter how obvious it looks. People just sell lows. It doesn't even matter the narrative. You know what I mean? It doesn't even matter. And that's probably what we want. You know, but, you know, hopefully the next level we conquer is around PDI 10 cents. Well, I don't know why I just say that number. It just seems like a nice round number. You know what I mean? People buying 10 cents. Oh, I'm going to get a free 10x. It just feels like something like that's going to happen, right? Yeah, man. I mean, like, here we go. We're just going to sit and wait. Do you remember out of nowhere, Richard Hart appears, Caddy appears, Better Bank. Who are these people? Like, just someone, he's LibertySwap. Just all these characters appearing, bro. Who's dropping all these characters in the metaverse? I'm sure there's more coming later. And they're probably going to be the one to betray us. So be careful, okay? Don't connect to any protocols or anything out here. We enjoy the story. It's a believer cycle. We're going to make it. And just to give you an idea of the couple of things we've been dealing with, friends, I made this video from my one of my friends, Mr. Diamond Hands. So I just want to show you, friends, this is what, like, on the topic of, like, being contrarian and PsyOp and everything out here, when you've done real informational asymmetry research, okay, you get an idea of where you think the probabilities should be based off all the events. What I mean by that? Well, you know, I remember, friends, in my Twitter spaces when I did the 1v8 and then we did the 2v10, me and Mr. Royce and Hart, we literally, man, it was 2v10, 1v8. We went and we asked everybody, what are the chances that you think Richard Hart is one of the PulseChain pioneers? Effectively, I asked them. Everyone, on average, was 0.1%. Actually, it was the PDI price. PDI was trading at 0.1 cents, so 1,000x to $1. People were saying less than 1%. They were saying 0.1%. Yeah. So after I did all the informational edge research, I go, well, you know, even if my odds are 10%, I think the market price is too cheapy, right? But this is the type of stuff that we're copping as well. So from the PulseChain community fans, I made this video. Mr. Diamond Hand says, dollar cost crypto calls Pulsicans beta males for liking PDI. And I go through here and I show, yeah, man, this is the interesting part about it, because see, in PulseChain, everyone in crypto is laughing. And I mean everyone, friends. Do you remember our friend Ivan on Tech? There was a clip from 2 weeks ago. It was literally just Ivan for 4 minutes laughing at PulseChain. Laughing at PulseChain. And he had to make a distinction. Remember, he goes, PulseChain. He goes, let's make a distinction. Be truthful. This Ethereum sacrifice treasury, it's not yours. It's Richard's. He says, it's Richard's. He goes, and, you know, he says, if he likes you, maybe he puts your money in. He's basically implying, you know, you're basically held hostage and you guys look like a crackpot. Remember, even Ivan rotated 100% of his Pulse sacrifice bag into Solana. So he didn't even leave like 10% in. It's pretty much he's saying, you know what, I give 0% odds that Richard's going to do something meaningful. Or he thinks if it does do something meaningful, he'll let him know. In terms of he'll signal to the world, everything's going up and stuff out here. It introduces a bit of different game mechanics and everything out here, friends. So you throw in this LibertySwap PsyOp and everything out here. These stories, okay, yeah, they're qualitative data points, but they're signals, okay? They're signals for the chain. Remember, I say PulseChain core coins and PDI and PWBTC. I don't think it's all, but you can't deny it as well. If you go to the PDI Telegram, there's a lot of new people here. Totally new. They weren't here for first cycle hex. They weren't here at all. They don't know who Warlord Richard is. Yeah. They don't know what instructional Richard is. They see a guy who's really smart. He tweets, but they weren't there for that experience of, you know, Richard saying everything's going to pump. It's the Zynogob, and then it actually happening. Okay. They're bred differently. They're bred more patient. Okay. Now you might say, hey, but the patience is a product of the long business cycle. It's not Richard's doing. Like I said, once again, it's 50-50. Doesn't matter what it is. You know, we've just had to wait a lot longer. It's also funny, friends, we've also seen some repetitive words like, you know, thinking about, you know, LibertySwap and the double PsyOp and everything out here. They're calling PDI a cancer again. Remember Richard Hart in one of his 33 FUD tweets called PDI a stupid cancer. And I had some fun here. I got the cute little cancer emoji for astrology. PDI is back to being called a cancer. Cancer star sign is ruled by the moon. They are deeply connected to their emotions, highly intuitive, and understand other feelings without words. That's others' feelings without words. Sounds exactly like a PDI and PWBTC bullish crackpot to me. My nipples remain pinched. Which is kind of funny, fans. It is funny. When you get two pegs, they look like the claws of the cancer sign. Which is kind of funny. Look how cute it is. Look how cute it is, right? Here's the thing, friends. There's also got a friend here who he can't handle the PsyOps. You know, he's like, why can't it be? Why does it have to be this way? Why? Well, look, here's the thing, Habibi. Let's play some Habibi Adbi music. Once again, my Habibi, you have, okay, your perspective. You've come in, you got money, you want to get rich, yeah? You see a lot of activity and network effects. Maybe you hear PulseChain's Deep Value Contrarian. That's your world, okay? You see a token, everything's already set up. PulseX is already made, there's a buy and burn. You're like, oh, cool, the city's already built. You get to buy in. And now you're like, hey, can we speed this up, right? Okay. That's you, okay? Imagine you're the founder of the chain, yeah? Imagine you're the founder of a chain who wants this to last 50 years. Yeah. Not 5 months, not even 5 years, 50 years. Right? Imagine you want real glory. Imagine you don't like being seventh. You know what I mean? You're really trying to go for first. You think about stuff differently. Yeah. You think about the community. You don't see bottoms as like, oh no, I'm feeling so bad right now. My chart isn't pumping. You don't feel that way. You feel like, oh, the people who are believers, they are fortifying their belief. Their hands are getting diamond encrusted. Right? The people who are leaving, there's another advantage. When the price is really, really low, if they want to sell $50,000 worth because they want to do a bathroom renovation, maybe they want to go install a new bidet. Maybe they want to buy their third squeaky chair. Yeah? They've got to sell a large quantity of coins. Right? They have to sell a large quantity. So if you're looking at them, you're like, oh, great. This is an opportunity. This is a strong hands fortify. Weak hands have to sell a lot of the supply. It's actually to your advantage. So, but, you know, I'm in your perspective as well. I'm in your perspective. I'm like, hey, screw these guys. I want us to go up now. I want us to go up tomorrow. Yeah, but we're controlled by the business cycle, which you already know. We're controlled by those macro forces. So, you know, how much of it is it the master, the creator? How much of it is the domino effect of the last business cycle or inflation going too high? It doesn't matter. It is what it is. It's just happening this way. We got to roll with it. Okay. Now, how do we roll with it? What does it actually mean? Okay. Well, a lot of people quit. A lot of people, because it's been so long, they say, hey, I don't feel comfortable. This has never happened before. We've never gone on this long. Something's clearly wrong in their mind. And they go, I'm going to click out. I'm going to leave. I'm going to go join what all the other KOLs are shilling. That's okay. That's why I show you the business cycle and all these correlations and stuff. Because I see this stuff. Characters coming in. I see a strengthened, fortified city that's waiting for the business cycle to go up to onboard everyone else. Could be totally wrong. Maybe it onboards no one. Okay, that's the risk we take. And then you sprinkle in some jokey fun posts here. PulseChain should pump higher than it is today because I am long and I need it to go up more. You know, friends, when I do cute fun posts like this, people's minds blown. They go, translate, friends, Bitcoin maxis, Ethereum maxis, every single coin out there, that's pretty much it. It's, I have a bag, I want it to go up. I would like it to go up, all right? They don't have to be extra smart. Bro, last cycle, Cardanzo, I'll tell you this so many times, you got to understand the miracle of this. Cardanzo hit 100 billion market cap, 0 smart contracts enabled. That is like a freaking race car winning a race and it has no wheels. How does that happen? People carried it. They picked up the car, the shell, and they just ran the race and somehow they won. Okay, yeah, you might say it's a miracle. What if I told you that miracle, you know, looks like it could repeat again? Do we have a cult-ish founder? Yes, Cardanzo has Charles Hoskinson, and we've got Richard Hart. By the way, Richard Hart speaks more layman terms. You can watch Richard Hart for 3-hour streams. Try watch a Charles Hoskinson stream longer than 2 minutes. Like, he's charismatic and stuff, but just after 2 minutes, you're like, you know, yeah. You see, there's a lot of elements there. A lot. But people aren't going to believe until it's the end. Somi Pill Supercycle. It has no finish date. We just keep running forever. Having fun along the way. We're all going to make it. Catch you in the next one.